Let's go line 2. Hi, Linda. You're on the air.
Hi, Paddy.
Hi there.
Just real quick, I was just listening to them about the seal hunt, right?
Mm-hmm.
I just bought a coat that cost me close to $5,000 down at one of the stores that sell the sealing goods. And the boots cost me $700. Oh, they're beautiful. They're right up to the knees. And I got the hat. I think that was $299 tax.
Good.
It's awesome.
I love the seal products. I have a pair of boots. I love them.
Oh, it's awesome.
Mm-hmm.
The coat has Arctic Fox on the collar and the hood, and it's just gorgeous.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Go ahead.
2 years ago, I was trying to go in. I went in all my life in the Christmas parade. You know, always took a group of skaters up, young kids, mostly small kids, from the stadium, and we weren't allowed in because we had a sign saying Christmas is Jesus. And after about a couple of weeks of debate, they decided to let us take it in, and we got in. This year, 3 weeks ago, I called down, and we were told no, that we couldn't go in because of the sign. We can go, the sign can't go. So that was fine, no one went. But when I went to see it, I know the gay rights movement was in, and they were talking about they wanted their right to marry and everything. And a lot of our figure skating men, you know, they're wonderful partners. And I don't care, I hope they get it. But the thing is, I think if they can have their rights, I think we should have our right to believe, because a lot of kids are like Catholic, Pentecostal, and Salvation Army, and they believe those things, and that's what their families want to raise them. They have a right to take their little sign. It's not hurting anybody.
Well,
and that bothered me. But what bothers me, I was told it was a lie. He doesn't exist. And I said, well, also the red man, a fat man in a red suit that comes down the chimney that don't exist. That's also a lie. So what do you do with something like that, Paddy? We missed our skate now, and we didn't get to go because of that. But I don't think that's fair.
Well, my position on it is I don't think either one of you should be allowed in the parade, to be honest with you. I don't think it's the venue for it. I think that we've already made Christmas something that it isn't. Now, people can disagree if they want, but the Christmas parade is not an opportunity for either of those. Very mature. You need to be of a certain age to understand the ins and outs, ups and downs, and pros and cons. The venue for it is not the Christmas parade. That's only my personal opinion, and I don't think there should be any Jesus signs. There shouldn't be any promotion of any lifestyle per se inside the parade. I just find it to be the wrong area and venue.
Well, then if that's not true and that can't go in, none of that gay rights or the sign Christmas is Jesus. Well, we tell our children we're not supposed to lie. That's the first thing we teach our children, don't tell a lie. But we tell them a fat man in a red suit comes down the chimney and brings you these gifts. That's okay to go in.
Right. Now, there are certain things like that I don't think that no matter what faith you're involved in, I don't think you are cursed to everlasting or eternal damnation because you allowed your kids to believe in Santa Claus. You know, it's the same thing that people can say to you, and I know you don't want to hear any of this, but whether or not people question the Gospels, whether or not Jesus is real and believe in or understand any of the mysteries of faith, that is an issue that people deal with on their own. It's an opinion that is yours. It's an opinion that you may share with millions across the world, but it doesn't mean it has a place in an ecumenical Santa Claus parade where little kids are looking for a gawk at the big man in the red suit. None of that stuff has a place in those parades. None of it.
Well, then he shouldn't go. That's my opinion, because he's a lie also. But the thing is, Paddy... But
it's just like making the argument for Fogo Island Ferry, well, Bell Island gets it. None of that has anything to do with it. The venue is for children to enjoy what is in their heads, in their little forming heads, that they, like Santa, believe in it, and it's an opportunity to see some floats and ponies and the maple leaf big stick marching down the road. It's not a place for Jesus signs. It's not a place to promote anyone's cause, whether it be lesbian, gay, or any of those issues. It's simply into the wrong area. I don't care who believes what. And on your own time, when in the appropriate venue, everyone should feel free to say what they want, whenever they want. But
well, then we can't, we're barred from the parade. We have no right. We lost our right to be free. Because we can't take our sign.
I think both sides should be kept out of the parade.
Well, I disagree, because I think that's taking away our rights. Well, and we have a right to go in as soon as anybody else, and then we have a good time there, and it's not hurting anyone.
But it is hurting people. What if it offends anybody? This is not an offensive opportunity. People don't go to the parade thinking they're going to see that kind of stuff, and that's what we have to be mindful of. The rights of our view does not upstage the rights of anyone else. Would you appreciate it if there was someone in a Nazi uniform walking on the road throwing around the Heil Hitler? Do you think you'd accept it if there was someone promoting Satanism walking in the parade? The venue is not appropriate for any of that stuff. It's simply not, in my opinion.
I thought we were all raised on Christian. We were mostly raised around here in Newfoundland on Christian principles.
But that doesn't matter either. I went to a Catholic boys' school all the years growing up, but I still feel what I feel today. The venue has to be appropriate, and if it's a little kid event and only freezing cold parents are only there because their kid wants to see Santa, it means it's absolutely
well, I can't agree with you because that's the case, Paddy. Just let me finish. Santa is a lie, and that's okay. And like, if we want to go down there, we're not allowed in because we've always believed that Jesus was born in Bethlehem. What harm is it a baby born in Bethlehem? Nothing.
Well, I mean, no,
most people tell their children that. They're in Sunday school. The most that can go to church.
Most people don't anymore, though. That's the thing here. Even if they don't, so they win over the rights of the Christian not to believe in it. So we got to give up our pleasures and things we want to do because they don't want it. How many? Take a survey on it. See how many will come in and call this line today. And I hope people will call you back and say who would want it. Not everybody will get in. But just because you want it doesn't mean that we should have it. That's another fallacy of living in this kind of society. You don't get to tell me. You don't get to tell me what I want, right? That's one thing. You don't get to tell me what to believe in.
Christmas is Jesus, not hurting you.
I wouldn't be offended, but there are people that would be. The venue is the key.
They're offending me by not allowing me in, and that takes away my human rights. You know what I'm saying? Because we always believed in Christmas in this country.
That's not a human rights issue. That's simply not. People just are they just say outlandish things when it comes to this. You can believe in whatever you want. I wouldn't begrudge you your beliefs in anything. But if we are organized events, like for instance, if Dora the Explorer is at Mile 1, we cannot have people in there that are there to satisfy their own agenda. The venue for the Santa Claus parade is exactly that. It's the Santa Claus parade. Whether or not Santa's a lie, you can't prove the existence of Jesus Christ any more than a little kid who believes in Santa can prove the existence of
Santa's allowed in, and Jesus
and that's part of it.
Yeah, but why is Santa allowed in? Then take him out too.
No.
And just have a good parade of whatever you want to have down there. Have a bit of fun.
Well, then you can have your own parade. You can't take Santa out of the Santa Claus parade. It is the parade. It's
realize when we tell our children, be honest now, just listen to me. There's a lot of people who call you back, or not even Christians say this, right and wrong. We tell our children it's wrong to lie. Don't tell a lie. But we tell them this fairy tale, and that's okay.
Are you a mother? Were you a mother? Are you a mother?
My mother of 4.
You're a mother of 4, and so when your kids were 1 and 2, terrific, and I think that's great, and I'm a father. So when your children and grandchildren were small, you made a point to go up and tell them, hey, don't fall for this foolishness at school. Santa is a lie. Did you do that?
But I will tell you this.
Did you do that?
Not.
Well, you know why you didn't?
When I was a little girl, and I love it. But I'm just saying, if you want to get nitty-picky about it, it is a lie. If you say Jesus is a lie, and that don't exist, and we're offending people with that, well, but people are offending me saying, well, Santa Claus, I could take the same attitude, but I don't.
But you do, and you just did. And you just proved that you're trying and have it both ways. No one gets that on this particular show. You told your own kids and allowed them to believe and enjoy the mystery of Santa, but now you're going to say Santa shouldn't be in the Santa Claus parade because it's a lie. That's exactly my point.
It's the venue.
No. I asked you if you allowed your children to believe in Santa. No, very clearly. I asked you if you allowed your children to believe in Santa. You said yes. That's all we're asking for one Sunday, once a year, when we have a Santa Claus parade. Raising a few bucks for some cause where Newfoundland Power picks up your loonies and toonies, and Santa comes down the road. And that's it.
That's not what I said. I didn't mean that. If you misunderstood me, let me clarify. Well, I said I believed in it when I was a little girl, and my children believe it, my grandchildren believe in it.
Then why not leave them alone, let them believe it on that particular one day a year?
Listen, they also believe in Jesus as Christmas, because that's what we were raised with also. And why can't we continue it?
Well, because the venue is the key. We can't have God saves and the devil saves in the same parade. That is not the venue for it. It's not to satisfy your agenda or to force people to believe what you believe. It is a one-trick pony. It's the Santa Claus parade. I don't begrudge you your thoughts. I actually grew up in a Catholic household, but I don't think that you or the gay community or the Satanisms or the atheists should be involved in that parade. It's the wrong spot. That's all I've said, and I'm sticking with it.
Okay, well, I guess we'll just agree to disagree. But I tell you, one parade I came up in there not long ago, the summer parade. They called the downtown summer parade, right? We always went through that one.
Yep.
And I remember I carried all the flags of all the nations, and we played every national anthem coming through.
Yep.
Between the United States and here, God save like our gracious Queen, and God bless America, the Star Spangled Banner. We came up with Oh Canada.
It's all tolerance.
there was no problem with it, and we still carry our flags up to the Christmas parade, and our music sings some of the national anthems going up with the kids to skate to.
And I got no problem with any of that. I really don't. I'm just saying.
God is in it.
I'm making the point by myself.
God, they're singing about God all the way through. God, God save our gracious Queen that we were skating to.
Yes, and you can't even say that anymore. And I think some of that is ludicrous. But
don't you think that we're going a little bit too far with a sign like that? And why don't we just live and let live and let everybody go on up and have their bit of fun?
Yeah, but I mean, the Catholics are the same way, and sometimes even worse. We have to put up with Catholics writing letters to the editor and opinion pieces condemning people because they want to have a gay, monogamous relationship, man loving a man or lying down with another man or woman and woman. I mean, that's the exact point here. You can't preach tolerance and then not display it. And if the venue is the wrong place to talk about Jesus or Satan or anything else, then we can't do it there because it's about a kid at 5 years of age who's frozen solid, wants some hot chocolate and a look at Santa, does not need to be exposed to that. That's my own personal opinion. You're welcome to yours. I'm glad you called and made it this afternoon.
All right, Paddy, can I say one thing before I go?
If you can do it quickly.
I will. I still say, if Jesus is a lie, Santa Claus is a lie. I don't want to say that today. It bothers me to say that. I shouldn't have to be forced to say it. But if people want to say Jesus is a lie, then they better watch it when they're telling their kids there's a Santa Claus.
Well, either they'll get a lump of coal or rot in hell.
Well, whatever, I suppose.
I appreciate the call, Linda.
Thanks.
All the best.
I enjoyed talking to you anyway.
Take care.
Bye.
Bye, Linda. Car accident, go ahead, Pat Murphy.
Yeah, we've got a car accident, Pat. It's about 1 kilometer west of the Salmon Airline overpass. RCMP are at the scene. The car is in the median, inverted. Paddy?
Inverted is a bad scene for a car in the median. You want to comment on any of that stuff? Feel free. This is not about what I believe. This is about the venue for which we are discussing it. That would be the downtown Santa Claus Parade.